So, Berto, have you seen the TV show Black Mirror?
I think I've heard of it.
This is a question that I keep asking you. We have an inside joke now because every time I saw you, I'd be like, have you seen that TV show called Black Mirror?
And I'm like, you've asked me several times before.
Yeah. So have you seen season 3?
I finally did watch all of it.
Well, that's what I want to talk about today. We're gonna do a deep dive on season 3 of Black Mirror.
Which show?
Have you seen the show Black Mirror? We're going to talk in detail about all 6 episodes of season 3.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, and each episode is like a mini movie, especially the last one. I think the last episode is actually, I think, an hour and a half, which is
it's
a legit
crazy.
movie. We're going to talk about the people who made each episode. We're going to talk about the plot of each episode. We're going to talk about the psychological implications that are presented in each episode. We're also going to talk about the societal implications and what our future society may hold for us regarding each episode. And we're also going to talk about our favorite and least favorite episodes from this season. This is going to be a long episode because we have a lot to get into, and if my notes are any representation of how long this episode is going to be, I'm going to say at least a couple hours.
And you deserve it.
Yeah. Welcome to the Psychology in Seattle podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Kirk Honda. I'm a therapist and a professor.
My name is Humberto Castañeda, and I dance to the 80s.
This episode is just for patrons of the podcast.
Oh.
So if you're listening to this and you're not a patron of the podcast, this episode will end before the content begins. The reason why I'm making this one a patron only is because we already did seasons 1 and 2, which are totally available to everyone in the world right now. And I just thought, I spent, I don't know how many hours preparing for this episode. And so it just seems like, let's just make this one a patron only, to reward those 420 odd people who took the step to become a patron. So if you want to hear the full episode, you have to become a patron of the podcast by going to patreon.com. That's patreon.com. Become a patron, and I'll send you the instructions on how to access hundreds of premium episodes like this one. And remember that a portion of your monthly pledge goes toward various charities that we support.